Hey y'all, another audio commentary here. As you can see, this is a match, well, maybe you can't see there, but this is the ace match of the set between eSTRO and WeMade, and definitely looking forward to this match. This is NaDa versus magma, and if you didn't catch the rest of this matchup, like I said, this is the ace match. NaDa was actually the first out, and he faced Up Magic in the first match, and Up Magic actually beat NaDa in the first game of this matchup, and so that was a little bit disappointing. But WeMade came back, and surprisingly, because I think someone, I don't remember who said it, but someone was talking about how basically WeMade's strategy is they put NaDa in and hope someone else wins the second game, and then hope NaDa can come back and clean it up in the ace. And he actually lost the first match, but in this case they still put him in for the ace, which makes sense. No particular offense to WeMade, but they don't have a lot of players that they can put out there as their ace. So NaDa hopefully coming back here. Usually you don't really see teams put in someone who lost during that round as their ace very often. So it just goes to show you how much they depend on NaDa. And anyways, magma is he's a fairly new zerg player. By the way, he's the bottom left, and NaDa's up here in the top right. Magma's fairly new. He only has 10-15 games under his belt, something like that. Or no, maybe more than that. But not that many. Couldn't be much more than 20. And he's actually been playing pretty well. He doesn't have very good Zerg versus Zerg right now, but he's got decent Terran versus Terran and pretty good Protoss versus Protoss. I mean, not Terran versus Terran, Zerg versus Terran. And actually, it's kind of interesting that he's showing up again here in the ace match, because during Air Force Ace, they also put in magma as their ace against Boxer, and that was the match where Ace almost got their first win of the season, but tragically magma was able to defeat Boxer's kind of a weird bunker rush thing, and actually kind of a good strategy. He canceled his hatchery, the second hatchery, instead of just leaving it there, and fell back and built a sunken colony. And I'm not sure if that had been done before, but that may end up being the new strategy to defeat bunker rushes, because if you keep that hatchery there, the bunker comes in. It's really difficult to defeat that bunker with just lings. So in the other instance, though, you can put down a colony and keep them back. And anyways, so yeah, magma is pretty new, but not completely a force not to be reckoned with. Double negative there. He's someone to watch out for. He's been doing good as far as his record goes, and as far as having gotten a good clinch win in the ace match the other day. Going for 3 hatcheries there. I didn't actually see if he had a pool down yet, but NaDa going for a quick expansion and intelligently putting down a bunker next to it. So that's good of him. Looks like he's probably going to put down a supply depot as well. He must have his pool. Okay, I'm sorry. I was just rambling on and wasn't paying attention to the game. I do that for the first few minutes sometimes. So NaDa putting down a little bit of a blockade and putting that bunker down, which is smart, because he hasn't been building a few barracks. He's not going to have a lot of Marines right now to deal with early lings because of that command center. If he can use that bunker effectively, though, and hold off any early harassment by magma, then he's going to be at an advantage there, because he's going to have that extra economy going. And magma, of course, has his economy going already, but it's more important, really, for the Terran player to be able to do that. So some lings coming in here, interestingly going a long way around, so we can go down that wide ramp as a group instead of squeezing through that little thing there. And he sees NaDa has set up that blockade. He's got SCVs in the way, in those holes there, and he's not going to be able to take that with the amount of lings he has now. He might try and build up some more lings, maybe, and do something. We'll have to see. He looks like he's running his lings back to his base right now. NaDa, in the meantime, getting his economy. Wow, that SCV is fucked. Getting chased by a dozen lings there, almost. Anyway, so NaDa getting more barracks up now, and magma going into a pretty quick lair, not getting a lot of lings out, not going for power lings or anything like that, getting that second gas. Looks like he did put out a lot of lings, well, I should say an unusual amount of lings for early game there. I guess he didn't want to be caught off guard maybe by a group of Marines coming out quickly, although he knew that command center was there. Well, I guess he didn't know the command center was there until he went in with those lings. So that's probably what he's trying to do, is get a lot of lings out. Usually they'll go in with only those 6 lings, so in this case, wow, okay. Producing 9 eggs worth of something here. Probably, it could be drones, I guess, but he may be trying to mass zerglings. It's possible that he got the gas for the speed upgrade and decided to go for some mass lings here. We're going to have to see what pops out there. In the meantime, though, NaDa does have a firebat and a medic out, and a couple medics, a couple firebats. So no amount of lings is really going to do a lot of good here in this situation, unless NaDa is coming up the middle. If magma goes around the side, then he could catch NaDa with his pants down. But at the same time, NaDa would then be able to attack him as well, because he wouldn't have those lings back up. He's putting on a colony. Really, I think he probably needs another colony, and if he's going to deal with this situation here, if NaDa gets stim packs, then that's going to be really difficult for magma to hold back there. And it looks like NaDa may be falling back, though, because I don't know if he saw it or if he just predicted it. But yeah, magma was sending those lings around the back. Very smart move on his part, actually, because even though NaDa was pushing out with a sizable force there, magma would probably be able to hold them off easier than NaDa would be able to hold off those lings if they went all the way around his base. And I didn't see. Oh, that was the firebat there. Yeah, so NaDa pushing out again, though. One of his Marines gets stranded there and picked off. And again, I'm really worried for NaDa about magma going around the side and pressing in the side there. Although at this point he does have 3 barracks up. He probably has enough forces around that he's going to be able to hold off that a push with that bunker if magma sends in a bunch of lings on the side. But right now he's building a lot of mutilisks, though. So NaDa getting up some turrets, but I'm not sure if he has really the forces necessary to split up his grouping like that. Looks like magma might... Okay, no, magma's just rounding up. I thought he was trying to pincher him with the forces on the other side, but those have fallen back as well. So magma just kind of dicking around with his lings, running around. Yeah, so NaDa doesn't have a whole lot of forces at his front door. I guess what he's probably doing there is just kind of pushing out and pulling back, just trying to put a little bit of pressure on magma, keep him a little bit off of his game a little bit. And now he sees those mutilisks. He's going to run back in. He knows that he's going to need to spend all of his time protecting his forces there. And wow, putting a bunker behind that supply line, that's going to be a really smart move. That's going to... looks like NaDa's basically kind of really bunkering in his supplies and everything, trying to yeah, a couple turrets back there as well. Magma has a lot of mutilisks, though, and he's able to pick off those turrets pretty effectively. It looks like he's got a full 11 mutilisks right there, but the Marines do head back there, and he's able to fall back. Anyway, so Magma's setting up another expansion there, getting a Hydralisk den, so he's already switching over to getting those lurkers out, and it looks like he just kind of saved his lings there. So NaDa doing a very good job of, like I said, bunkering in and putting down some turrets, and especially around his expansion there, keep that Mutalisk harass from really doing a lot of damage while he builds up his forces. And that looks like that turret's actually going to live there barely, getting repaired there by NaDa. And especially with that bunker in the back of that supply line, that makes it so that he can't really go in there and pick off a lot of SCVs, especially from the backside there. He is losing a significant amount of Marines there. The Lings coming in as well. They're going to have a difficult time in that little clump there, but NaDa came out far enough that the Lings were able to partially surround those Marines. It looked like he really didn't lose too many Marines, though, considering that he had Mutalisks and Lings on him. He only lost maybe 6, 7, 8 medics and Marines right there. So NaDa not losing very much in that instance. I always like to say that one NaDa Marine is worth like 2 or 3 of someone else's Marines, because when he's on, he can just do amazing things with a small amount of forces with his Marines. I've seen him just completely harass an enemy's economy with just like two Marines and 1 medic before. It's absolutely amazing.